What's up, everybody? Coach Kyndal Ray, aka a walking testimony, mental health advocate and recovery coach, walking America for mental health awareness and recovery. Here to let you know that you matter, we do recover, and God is good all the time. Right here, we just want to do a quick little recovery talk, guys, and then I'm going to share a little something about myself. Today, I want to talk about the idea of wanting to get clean and actually wanting to get clean. And this is something that's come to me on the journey. When I think back, I've been wanting to walk across America since 2013. I didn't take off till January 1st, 2021. Just a lot of lockup, in and out of county jail, just living a lifestyle that I shouldn't have been living for a long time, just using and abusing drugs, acting like a thug, thought I was something that I wasn't, thought I was that dude, but you know what? All the times in handcuffs, all the time behind bars, in prison, everything, it just wasn't worth it. Almost every time I would get out, I would tell my family what they would want to hear, that, I'm different, that I learned my lesson, this, that, and the other. I would do things here and there to make it look good. Because I like the idea of everything that comes with recovery, restoration and in relationships with family members and friends, things like that. Easier to get a job, not worrying about getting arrested, this, that, and the other. But just not ready to give up the lifestyle itself. Just like I like the idea of wanting to walk across America for a very long time, but I didn't actually want it because I wasn't doing the things in my life to go out there and make it happen. Now, the day that I got sentenced to 5 years in prison, my mom raised her hand in the courtroom and asked to say something to the judge. And she was like, "We understand that you're giving him this amount of time. It's kind of what we expected. Will you please put him in rehab afterwards?" Now, my judge, was going through my rap sheet. He was like, "You know what? He has violated probation so many times. He's been in inpatient rehab before. This man is obviously not ready to get right. Whenever he wants to get right, he will get right. Yes, we sentence people to these programs. Yes, it does help some people. And a support system is great. But in the end, a support system will not change you. You have to want it for yourself." It was 2.5 years into a 5-year prison sentence. I used to deal with depression from, just being really heavyweight when I was younger, being, sexually abused in the church, things like that. Dealt with depression. I tried to take my life when I was 14, my freshman year of high school. And I'm just so thankful to God for life today, that I'm able to come out here and share my story. Not everybody gets that opportunity, and it's so heartbreaking. And my heart just goes out to all the families that have somebody that has lost their life to recovery or depression or mental health and recovery issues. But I just didn't want it for the longest time. I just didn't care. And it was 2.5 years into prison. I had started gaining weight again. I got nicknames that I didn't like. One of them, bad-bodied Kyndal. People would call me BBK for short. And I didn't like it. And I remember it's easier to get drugs in prison than it is on the streets, but I didn't do a lot of drugs in prison. I hardly ever did anything. And one of the last times that this was the thing that really made me not want to do it, I got into an argument with somebody that was trying to give me drugs. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. It was about a week later that I was like, I think I'm done with drugs. And I just claimed that as my clean date. And that was April 12th, 2019. And I started working out. And then I realized that I didn't want to live the lifestyle that brought me back to prison or county jail. As sad as this is to say, you get 3 meals a day, a roof over your head, a place to shower. Yes, there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on in prison. Yes, you see crazy stuff, but as long as you know how to mind your own business, it's not hard to do. And I used to justify, like, oh, if I had to go back to jail, I could. I don't want to go back to jail, but the time's easy. And this last time I did 5 years of prison, and after 2.5 years, I was like, it's not easy to me anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to change my life. And all the years of having the idea of wanting to change it, it actually clicked in my head, and I finally wanted it for myself. There were so many people that wanted it for me, but they couldn't change me. All they could do was just pray for me and hope for the best. I had to want it for myself. And when I wanted it, I did it. I changed it. And now I'm over 57 months drug-free, just over 2 years out of prison, and just so proud of myself, so happy for where I am today. I have overdosed. I have lost my heartbeat. I've done a bunch of crazy stuff. I've treated my family like crap. I've just been totally belligerent and ignorant, just being way too faded under the influence on substances. And I just treated so many people the wrong way for so long. And the thing is I like the idea of wanting to change my life around because I didn't want to hurt everybody, but at the same time, I just didn't care because my mind was clouded by the lifestyle that I was living. But you know what? 2.5 years in that prison sentence, it clicked in my head to change my life. Like I said, I've been wanting to walk across America since 2013, my last year in work release in 2021. I remembered that I wanted to walk across America, realized I was going to get out finally as a free man. I had finally changed my life while I was locked up, and I had changed it a couple years into being into the sentence with a couple years left. So I'd already had a pretty good stretch of really, really working on myself. I got out of prison November 6, 2021. For that month and a half, I did a lot of walking, a lot of extra practicing, got all my supplies together. January 1st, 2022, went to Jacksonville Beach, Florida, put my feet in the Atlantic Ocean, and started my walk across America. I put my feet in the Pacific Ocean April 12th, 2023, which also doubled as my 4-year drug-free date to finish coast to coast. And then I walked up to Cape Flattery and Nia Bay, Washington, which is the most northwestern point of the connecting United States. Now I'm about to be in California, less than 100 miles, heading down to San Diego to hit the most southwestern point of the connecting United States. Then I'll walk the southern states back to Florida, down to the Keys to hit the most southeastern point of connecting United States, and then walk the East Coast up to Maine to hit the most northeastern point of connecting United States. Guys, when it comes to recovery, guys, you have to want it for yourself. There's the idea, and a lot of times the idea sounds so good, all the amazing things that can come with it. You're just not ready to give up the lifestyle or the substances itself. When you want it, you will really want it, and it won't phase you. You'll just be like, I'm tired of that lifestyle. It's time to get clean, and you'll do whatever you have to. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but I am telling you it's going to be worth it. And you must work on yourself, guys. We all owe it to ourselves. We neglect ourselves too much instead of putting in work in our lives to become the best people that we can be. And I just want to encourage y'all to continue to put in that work, the self-discipline, the self-motivation. On the days that you don't want to, that's the days that you got to do it the most. God bless you all, guys. Never forget that you matter. We do recover. God is good all the time. Coach Kyndal Ray, out.